The most common mistake Daniel and I see working all through the USA is landowners naively hiring the wrong logger or forester. Doesn't mean those loggers or foresters don't have skills, but they're in the mode to do timber harvest for profit. We all want to make a profit, but if you own land for hunting or habitat values, then you want a forester or logger that understands and can incorporate that wildlife value into the logging operation. That may mean thinning more, thinning less, leaving different species, but you want to make sure the logger is keyed in to the objectives of the landowner. Maybe to make this easier to understand, there's a sliding scale or a continuum, and on this side, we call those timber beasts. All they care about, or the landowner cares about, a landowner can be a timber beast, is maximizing the value of the timber on the property, either harvested now or future harvest. And on this side, well, that's where I am, I'm worried about maximizing wildlife habitat value. You need to figure out where you are on that continuum and very clearly communicate it to the logger. And by the way, before you do any logging operations, you want a written contract that's signed by both parties, the landowner and the logger. Not a big legal rascal, something that clearly says this is what you're going to do, this is the time frame, this is how we handle rain days, if you tear up my roads, you gotta fix them. You want a clear and concise contract so we know what's expected by both parties. A lot of people that have recreational land or land for hunting, they're not from a forestry background, they've never done logging before, and they may not have a contact with a good logger. One of the best ways I found to evaluate loggers in that new situation is go look at their logging jobs, not just 6 months ago, but 2 years, 5 years ago. Tell them your objectives and ask them that you want to see a similar operation, a similar logging job where the landowner had similar objectives. That will tell you if they can deliver what you're looking for. Foresters tend to make the plans and kind of ride herd on the loggers. Loggers actually remove the wood. Foresters are usually certified depending on the state. They have to have certain tests and credentials, and foresters tend to charge about 10%. So if the logger removes $100,000 off your property, the forester is going to take 10% of that for arranging and getting the log in there and kind of checking on them and riding herd. You need to understand this game before you start playing it.